I'm Joshua Hanlon here, and today I'm in the studio here at Atlanta Brick Co., and I'm joined by Chris and Mark. And today we've got a very special video for you looking at the top 10 most expensive sets that they have in the store right now. Now, obviously at Atlanta Brick Co., the sets are coming and going all the time as customers come in and buy stuff, and then more people bring in new products. So this is what they have in the store right now, the top 10 most expensive sets. So Mark, what do you have for us first?
This is a really exciting set for me. You guys might be kind of shaking your heads a little bit, but this is the Rock Raiders HQ set. And this is very special to me because has some it used to be a formerly very rare color, the teal, and it was kind of a glossed over theme. I think it was maybe a little before its time because Power Miners came out a few years later, very similar, that was very popular, but this is one of my favorite themes. It's awesome. So.
And it is a sealed set, which makes it special. I think we have it up there in the box, but it's not sealed, so it's less expensive. This one is $599.99, and it is the cheapest set. We're starting at the bottom, working our way up.
Okay, so you set the bar high right from the start.
Yeah.
I think this would have been the year either 1999 or 2000, and perfect age for a little Mark back when he was a kid enjoying these.
Same. You and I are very similar generations.
Exactly.
I never had this one, but had sets from this theme growing up, and it was great. So does this have like a flap on it as well?
Yeah.
You can pull up?
Exactly. It's got the detail inside. You got them fighting the rock monster, the base, and it has a description like deep in the underground, the Rock Raiders. It goes into their story, so really fun. In fact, on the side here, I think it has an old price tag when it first came out. It says $35. So that's amazing how the price has transformed over the 22 years since. So.
Yeah, that's actually the Walmart clearance sticker.
Yeah, back in the day, they weren't actually appreciated back in their time. So
I'm guessing original retail was probably $79.99.
Yeah.
And there's another clearance sticker over here, so it went on like double. Actually, yeah, $78.97 was the original, and the other
true
clearance
fans
sticker.
could appreciate the art that is Rock Raiders. So
Yeah.
But now it's actually super hard to find, especially sealed. That's why it's up at the bottom of our list here. So
I love the brown rock monsters were really wonky, the way the arms moved and stuff. It was like precursors to kind of the bigger figures that Lego does today.
Exactly, like an early big fig. One piece, one movement, that's it. So.
And this had that electronic piece in it too that really didn't do much.
Yeah, a little tiny like light
Just
laser pointer,
tiny,
not really.
Like little flashlight thing that you really couldn't even use.
It was a big deal back in 2000,
Yeah.
Chris. I mean,
Well, when you're under
height of technology.
When you're in a cave mining rocks,
yeah,
you need to be able to see, so it's
Exactly.
gotta have a flashlight.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
So that is very cool. And the Chief minifigure, he didn't come in this set. He should have. But the Chief, you ever heard of Chief?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of my top sought-after minifigures. So if you're watching this,
Good time to trade
we're
in.
looking for Chief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe go through the old Rock Raiders collection.
Yeah. Go through your inventory of Rock Raiders and see if you got him, because he's special. So.
Next up, we have the Ninjago City. And it's hard to believe this is one of our most expensive sets right now because it's really not that old. But I think it's $800. And this is the box for it. It's actually built out there.
Yep. And it is just loaded with detail. Ninjago was a very awesome theme. It's a long-running, but the movie really brought the city to life, almost like this futuristic, not apocalyptic, but very mixture of cultures and really extremely high detail. This has 4,800 pieces. That was a lot of pieces, and the price is kind of reflected in that, especially that's been retired for a few years. Hard to find, and they've made sequels to it. Some of the sequel sets to it, I think the Ninjago City Gardens, another amazing set. And so if they keep making these like larger than modular sets, they're only going to continue to get more desirable. So.
And we've been getting these in probably, I don't know, what do you think? Every other month, maybe we get a Ninjago City in, and they just fly right out the door. So this one here is a used set, but we get them in sealed recently, and they've been upwards of $1,000.
Yeah, so the price here is a little bit lower on the list because it's opened and because it's built, but if you were to find a sealed one, it's even more. So.
No, that is a truly spectacular build. Probably one of definitely my top 5 like all-time favorite build experiences. There's really nothing repetitive in that build. It's just so many great parts techniques. The parts included are amazing. So I'm not surprised it's gone up so much.
And what's neat about this is this gets people in the Lego. My brother is not in the Lego or wasn't in the Lego. And he saw this and he was like, hey, Chris, if you ever get this set, I want to put it together. You know, like you said, it's really a neat set to put together. So,
All right. And then
so
the
that's
third one on the list coming up.
Yeah, third cheapest set we have in here is the Roby House, and this is a sealed set. It is $749.99. That's one of Frank Lloyd Wright's houses. Where is this?
This is in Chicago, so I believe it's right on the University of Chicago campus, or very close to that area. I've toured this house. It's really, really neat. I'm a big Frank Lloyd Wright fan, so just all of those architecture sets that have captured his work is spectacular. And I think, obviously, this used that technique of, like, stacking the small plates there really heavily, so it created that sort of, like, brick effect, and that works really well for these houses. This is, I think, from maybe the first run of architecture sets ever, so it's decently old at this point.
Yeah, and all dark red, which is kind of a harder to find color, and it can be kind of fragile. So if you get a used one, some of these pieces might be cracked or damaged, so this is new sealed one, you can guarantee that at least none of the pieces are broken yet. So
and the retail price on this was like $300. That was a lot of money for an architecture set. And this has always been kind of the most expensive mainstream architecture set they made.
Yeah, I think the idea with architecture obviously was a very premium product for people who maybe aren't even necessarily big Lego fans.
16
but
plus.
There you go, 16
Oh,
plus.
yeah.
This was before the 18 plus whole thing from Lego, so I think they could charge a higher price point because of the people that are buying these sets.
Yeah.
yeah, high part count as well. That's 2,000 pieces for a medium-sized box, you know. So
that one was $750.
$750,
Okay.
and
Yep.
I think we have another $750 here, but this one just kind of trumps that one.
Opinions differ.
They do, yeah. And this
Different
one,
tastes.
I'll tell you what, either one of these could fluctuate a lot, but they could go down if they release another one.
or a similar one.
I don't think they're going to release a Roby House, but they might. You never know. It's Lego. They could very well release another Ghost.
Wouldn't
but
be that surprised.
They've talked about a UCS Ghost, so that wouldn't hurt the price of this one. So this is a brand new sealed set. It's $749.99, and we got this in a mega haul that we just went down to Florida and picked up a couple weeks ago. Biggest haul we've ever had.
Wow.
And I forgot about this. The list of sets, we got 4,000 sealed sets, and I couldn't just remember all the sets that are on this list. So as we're packing them up or unpacking them, I see it and I'm like, whoa, we got a Ghost? Because I don't know if you remember, like 2 years ago, we were sitting on like 3 or 4 of these and nobody wanted them.
We couldn't sell them, but then I think Disney Plus really helped remind people that Star Wars Rebels is a thing, a great show, and this is one of the most important vehicles in that show. So
A really good show. And I think what helps make this expensive is that it's brand new, because the Zeb and the Hera both crack so easily.
the plastic mixture from the year that this was released was very fragile and ended up being easy to damage if you're not very careful with them. So having a new one guarantees that it's not broken yet and no issues. So
Zeb especially, if you've got him in your, let's say he's put together with his legs fully on his torso, and he's in your safe, your temperature-controlled safe, he's probably cracked.
Wow.
That's how fragile he is. So when you actually put your figures together and they're expensive, you should not put them down all the way.
yeah.
I've never heard that before. There's a good
Yeah.
pro tip.
Oh,
There you
yeah.
go.
Exactly.
And this is what's really interesting about that too, is a lot of people, not a lot of people, but some people will get their minifigures graded, just like baseball cards or comic books. And when they're graded, the graders put the minifigure together all the way. And they could actually crack inside that sealed case that they put them in. So it's just something that they don't know about.
Yeah.
You
You
know,
want to just
they're-
lightly set them on there and to
Yeah.
prevent any possible damage. So.
Yeah. And even the arms can crack with the
Movement or stress.
tension or
Yeah.
the stress of the hand being in the arms. So you see a lot of those too. But since this is a brand new sealed set, you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
How much is Zeb anyhow? He's like $150.
He's a good fraction of the value of the set
Yeah.
now. So yeah.
Yep.
But that's insane. This set is less than 1,000 pieces, so at that price point, that's
Yeah.
pretty
Oh yeah,
crazy.
it's crazy.
It's mostly those two
Yeah.
figures on the cover there. Yeah. So. Absolutely. And now going from large to medium sets to much more small sets
This
here.
tiny little guy here, it is the, it might be the only Comic-Con exclusive set that we have in the store right now. And we get these in pretty often, but they sell immediately because they are so popular and collectible. This one here is numbered 448 out of 1,500, so that only 1,500 of them existed. And it was hiding in our Batman section. And I think the price needs to go up. It's $799.99. I think it's probably gone up because we got this before the pandemic, and everything seemed to go up during the pandemic.
Well, and Comic-Con hasn't been happening to have these exclusives coming out.
You're
so
right,
now the older
yeah.
ones are probably worth even more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now this one, the only super exclusive thing about it was the tile that's in there and the packaging, because the Batman figure itself is that one that they put in like every set.
It's a very common figure, and
Yeah.
the pieces are also not super hard to find. You could probably bricklink or order those pieces separately and get pretty much a complete set, but having it intact is what makes it valuable. So,
Yeah, and that was 2019.
yeah, it was just before all
Are
that
you
went down.
noticing something about a lot of these sets? Like the most expensive sets we have in the store, and they're really not that old.
Yeah.
That's people want we're finding that like anything 2010 and up is that sweet era.
Yeah.
Some people come in and they're like, I have these really old Lego sets and they must be worth a fortune, and it's like, actually, no, not really.
There might even be nostalgia for like 80s or 90s stuff, but it doesn't necessarily
Yeah.
make the price skyrocket
Yeah.
like the newer
Yeah,
stuff.
the stuff in your kid's room might be worth more than your old sets that you had as a kid. So, another Star Wars set, no big surprise there. Star Wars is definitely our most popular theme right now. This one is $799.99, and it's the Power Functions AT-AT. Have you ever?
They've done a lot of AT-ATs over the years, so it's this one though is the motorized one.
Yes.
Okay.
I've seen this one function in person, and it's really special. It just marches right across the table, and it's so cool. And for that time, this is a pretty early set. What year is this, do you think? Probably 2000?
This was probably 2008,
or 9?
maybe.
Let's see.
It's probably in the bottom. You see it
It's
on the
somewhere
bottom.
there.
Yeah, doesn't say. Yeah.
It is 2007.
Okay.
2007, and even if like an AT-AT wasn't supposed to walk this way, because it's Power Functions and Technic, it just kind of has to walk in a certain way, and it looks exactly like an AT-AT. It is perfect, and it's actually a little creepy because it's kind of slow and you know,
Menacing, almost.
menacing, exactly.
And actually, Power Functions themselves have really skyrocketed in value.
Yes, and we got this set in, we've had it for a while. We got this in before Power Functions skyrocketed.
Because they were retired and they're
Yeah.
switching to the powered up system, which features the phone and Bluetooth connection. So.
So when we got this set in, these motors, the medium motor was like $10 each. These are like $60, $70 now. And so this set has probably gone up a little bit since then. Yeah. Everybody wanted this probably 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But now it doesn't seem to be as
Well,
popular.
the UCS, and there's a newer version of the AT-AT as well. So it's there's other options, even if this one is the only one that moves on its own power. So yeah.
Now, with some of these expensive brand new sets like this, have there been cases where you've never actually had a built one in the store and you only ever have the sealed version, or is there always a used one that comes in?
I don't remember seeing a built version of this in the store, at least not in the past several years. So some of them are hard to find.
The last time we had it was when we were in our old building. So that had to have been at least 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And that was built.
Yeah, many cases.
I'm sure we've got some in the graveyard, but that doesn't count.
For people who have seen our previous tours, you've seen what's all in
Yeah.
the graveyard.
Yeah.
So many sets down there, yeah, for sure. The next one, ooh, this is a special set too.
Yeah, this is really special. Is this brand new, sealed?
Looks like it.
It is, yeah. So this is $899.99, so $900, the Emerald Knight. And this was designed by
Jamie Berard.
Jamie Berard,
Yep.
yeah. The Lego Masters judge.
Exactly.
What do they call him?
Jamie.
Yeah.
No, the Brickmaster.
Brickmaster, yes. He's a Brickmaster. Yep. And this is beautiful. This is like the holy grail of train sets.
It is, yes. Every time we've gone through the archive in Billund, when we get to this set, there's always a lot of comments about that, and people are just amazed to see one of these sealed.
So every time you go through the archive, so you've been through it more than once?
We have, Chris.
That's pretty cool. Way to flex on us, Josh. Come on. Yeah, okay.
I just try to mention that as much as possible.
Casually in conversation. No, that's great.
That's funny. All right, geez. So how many of these do they have there?
They just have one copy of each set because there's so many,
Okay.
so they can't. They don't have the space for more than one. Yeah.
All right.
I think we've sold a version of the set that had Jamie's signature on it.
We did
That was
have
pretty
Jamie's
cool.
signature. I think we kept that. We
still have
yeah,
it,
we
okay.
kept it in the back. Yeah. And that signature would make it worth more money.
Yeah, I mean, the designer of the set signing it is actually a very special thing. It doesn't happen that often in Lego sets. So
You need to fly to Billund with like a batch of sets you have signed, and then you come back.
just go to each office and be like, hey, I got your set here. So, no, that's awesome. Yeah. A lot of exclusive pieces. That's why this thing is still very expensive. So.
Yeah. Stickers, pieces, colors.
Yep.
It's a great set. Yep. And we have sold, we've sold this used and new sealed probably,
A couple times.
I would say probably 3 or 4 times over the past 3 months. Yeah. So we get this in a lot and we sell it a lot.
Yeah.
There you go. Fantastic.
The revolving door of the Atlanta Brick Co.
There's a lot of train fans out there.
Yeah. If we were here doing this last week, we would probably have had at least 2 more sets on. And if we did this last month before Christmas, we probably would have had
A whole different lineup.
A whole different lineup, yeah, because we had the sealed Cafe Corner in, which was like $2,500. The a special Star Wars Boba Fett with artwork book.
Yeah,
that
the white prototype
just
Boba Fett,
sold last week on Friday, like 4 days ago. And then the Seal Green Grocer we had recently.
Some of those old modulars are awesome.
We can't really afford to sit on the expensive sets,
Right.
so we do price them at a selling point.
Yeah.
You know, so that they will sell.
But we're getting more expensive now, so this
We
is
are,
exciting.
yeah. We got 3 left here. We got 3 left. So
this is all together with this.
does
correct?
this give it away here?
That probably does.
I think that only came in. It's the 48 by 48 green base plate. Only came in 1 set, and it's the Grand Carousel. Now we don't. This is a used set. It's in great condition. We don't have the original box, but we do have a sealed, brand new sticker sheet.
Ooh, look at all those gold stickers.
So my guess is the sticker sheet by itself is probably worth over $100.
Yeah, and even that sound brick was exclusive to the set, has a special sound and music that it plays. And that kind of sets it apart from the newer Carousel sets, because those are really great, but there's some things that they did only in this one that make it really special. So.
And then the tan beards have to be relatively exclusive to
Yep, pretty rare. Although there's a bunch of them, I think they like pretty much came in this set. I don't think you see them that often anywhere else, so yeah.
Yeah,
What's
so
the
that
price
is
on that
a
one?
great set. That is $1,100.
Yeah. So now we're getting into that over
Yeah.
$1,000 territory here.
And most of these are for sale on our website. So this one says that it's on our website for sale. So by the time somebody watches this video, it might not be.
Stuff comes and
but-
goes a lot. We need,
Stuff
always got to
does-
stress that here at Atlanta
does
Brick Co,
come
how
and
much
go.
stuff comes and goes.
Yeah.
Some of them might be hanging around. You never know. So yeah.
This one here, another one we don't have the box for, unfortunately.
And this is the second to last set on the list, right? So
Yeah. So this is the Death Star 2 UCS set. It's the completely the one that's more of a model and not the play toy.
Yeah, there's no interior rooms to have minifigures playing in like a lot of the Death Star sets.
We have people asking for this all the time. I know we have people on the list that want it. I can't remember who they are. Call us. Call us if you
here.
want it, or you could even check the website. So that's the instruction book, and then this, we don't have the box for it, unfortunately, so we put it in this nice container.
All
So
that gray, yes.
When
I don't
you're
think there are any minifigures in this set.
when you're selling a set for $1,500, we can give them a $5 plastic container.
Just a sterilizer.
Save you the trip to
So-
Walmart. Yeah.
That is a big set. It's got the stickered plaque in it, which is hard to find in good condition for used set. And this reminds me, we actually have a UCS Super Star Destroyer that we just brought back from Brick Fair, Alabama, and we're going to put that out for sale probably in about a month. So I don't know when this video
You may have to check our website or give our store a call about that.
Yeah.
One, so,
Yeah, and that Super Star Destroyer and this are probably up there in the same category. These are Holy Grail Star Wars sets.
Yeah.
This thing on display looks amazing.
Oh, it
It's
is,
a
yeah.
huge
Yeah,
volume.
it's so
yeah.
large.
We have people every day that come in. Today, kids don't have school, and we're looking out there, and we've had so much Lego come in the door. But I remember one day a guy was like, "Hey, do you have? I just have one Lego set, and I'm not into Lego. Can I bring it in and sell it to you guys?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Oh, great! It's in the car. I'll go grab it." And he just carries this thing in and he's just carrying it in, and it's all built. And I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa!"
Slow down.
Yeah, hold your horses there. Don't drop that thing. And he just kind of plops it on the counter, and it was like very surreal to be able to get that. And then we were able to display it for probably 6 months before somebody bought it, and then it sold, and then somebody else brought another one right back in. We put it right back up on the case and sold that one.
Because I would imagine there's kind of like a pull factor on that, like getting people in the door and wanting to see those big, expensive, exclusive sets.
That's what makes it so hard to sell these sets, to own a Lego store and work at a Lego store like this, is you've got these killer sets, but you cannot keep them. You have to sell them to be able to pay the bills, you know? And so it's like a revolving door. The sets are just constantly coming in and, unfortunately, coming out.
Yeah.
So that was $1,500, right? That one.
Yes,
Yeah,
that was
so the one we just looked
$1,500.
at, and I think
yeah.
then we just have the most expensive one left.
Yes, which
yeah.
may be a surprise.
Yeah, I kind of buried it back
Yeah,
here
we
under
can grab it
these
up. But
other
this
sets.
one was surprising. Before we look at this, maybe you can guess while you're watching the video here as we're pulling this out what you think the most expensive one in this video is. But this was a surprise when we came in here today.
Yeah, and you know, just as a hint, it's a new set. You know, a relatively new set.
Last few years.
So the date on the Minecraft Mountain Cave.
2017.
2017.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like that long ago, right? Not even 5 years. So this is a brand new sealed set. I think we got this in the big haul that we just picked up down in Florida. And this is a $1,700 set.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we don't make these prices up. I mean,
You're not
they're-
just like slapping stickers on it.
We look at Bricklink.
These,
and
yeah,
online.
Bricklink and eBay, you know, if we can't find it on there, and what actual sold prices is. Like, you can ask anything you want for a set, but a lot of people, you know, don't care if they sell it or not, whereas we do care.
It's gotta sell.
We need to sell it.
There's a
So,
market price generally for things.
There-
You've got to be, you know, competitive or at least within that realm.
There's a very, usually it's pretty easy to find that market price, but things are getting harder to find. And we got some stuff in today that I had to actually just kind of make up a price for.
Yeah.
When
Best
I,
guess.
When I gave them an offer, because you can't, they're so rare, you can't even buy them.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about those later. But
Speaking
there's some
of
pretty
rare,
neat
the
stuff.
Charged Creeper, I believe, only comes in this set. And in the game, it's also extremely rare. I forget the exact percentage of possibility for it to even exist. Is when lightning strikes this one mob creature that can attack you, and it becomes much more powerful and much more dangerous. So it's cool to see that in the set. Very dangerous.
I mean, he's probably over $100.
Yeah, just that one figure. That's one of the reasons the set is collectible. Not just the fact that it's huge and awesome, but that guy's in particular is pretty rare. So.
There's the set there if you want to see it and not just listen to us talk about it.
There is almost 3,000 pieces in this, I think. So
Yeah.
I mean, it does. This one is a little more understandable at that
Yeah.
higher price point.
It's massive when you see
Yeah.
it built. It's like it's almost as big as the box when it's built. It's just huge. It's awesome. And then, fun fact: us at the store, a lot of the employees share a Minecraft realm. So we have our own little worlds and battles and civilizations that we play on this. So seeing this and having appreciated the game, this set has a little bit more meaning and value. It's like, okay, that's really special. I can see why people are interested in that. So
And how many people are in that realm?
there's like, I don't want to say 20 people. So,
20 people, and
Yeah.
most
mostly
of them
teenagers.
are employees.
Yeah, and
Most of them are
younger,
employees,
younger
yeah.
generation. But yes,
They're talking about it all the time.
You're not hanging out
It's
in there
just
in the
like
Minecraft realm.
over my head.
I don't
have
think Chris has gotten on that train
no
yet. so-
idea what they're talking about. You know,
So is the Minecraft kind of going up in price? Does that cross the theme, or is this set kind of unique in the fact that it's gone up so much?
I would say that Minecraft overall is still pretty collectible, especially the older sets from a few years ago, because they continue to release new, excellent Minecraft sets. So kids with plenty of access to media are seeing that they missed out on these awesome sets a few years ago, and they're trying to buy them, trying to complete that collection. So I think that overall, it's very collectible.
I'd say Minecraft is as hot as it's ever been, hotter than it's ever been, probably. And some of the sets they're coming out with, like the dungeon stuff, is so cool. And me not being a Minecraft fan, I appreciate them because they do look so cool.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that always interests me when coming to like Atlanta Brick Co. and seeing the price, obviously we've gone through your most expensive stuff here today. What is the reaction of, say, just like a parent with a kid when they come in here and their kid's maybe a big Minecraft fan, they turn to their parent and want this set? What is that experience like?
It's a good question because it happens all the time. And so like this set here, number one, we don't want anyone touching it. So we put it up on the high shelf. We had this out on the shelf about a year or two ago, and I hear this crash, and it's such a big box that the seals came unglued while it was sitting on the shelf, and all the bags just fell out of it.
Oh my!
And that was probably back when it was a $200, $300 set, you know. So anything like this, we want to keep up. We've also had kids take sets, put them on the ground, and stomp on them. So we do need to keep sets out of reach. The other thing that happens is parents or grandparents will come in and they'll just choose one set. We have about 10,000 sets in our store. They'll choose one set and they'll pick it up, and it'll be that one stupid Star Wars set or Minecraft set that's worth 10 times more than it was. And they'll look at it and it's like $100 for this little set. I'm getting out of here. This store is terrible, and give us a bad, online review. But then if you actually know Lego and know how expensive it can get, at Brick Fair this past weekend, we had a guy in the store, and he was like, your store's great. I loved it. You guys could really, being such a unique store with so many sets, you guys could charge more money for your sets. And I was like, I think they're expensive as it is. I was like, you don't hear that very often, but he understood the value of Lego and how expensive it was. So it's nice to hear that, but very few people are going to say you could charge more money for your
I want to
sets.
give you more of my money when I
Like, for you, we'll charge 10% extra.
Yeah.
But this is so interesting to see, what does go up in value. It's not always what you think by any means. Obviously, like maybe the Death Star 2, the big Star Wars stuff, that typically might go up in value. But this Minecraft set was certainly a surprise, and some of these other things, it's really interesting to see how that works. But as we've mentioned a couple times, this changes a lot. So this is right now, as we're recording this video, what you have, the top 10 most expensive sets. But when you come into the store in the future, they might have some of this stuff still, but I'm sure they'll have new things as well. And you can see stuff online as well. So it is really interesting. Thank you for all of that insight into these sets and kind of the history and what makes these unique.
Thanks, Josh.
Yeah, and I'm sure I'm sorry that we didn't have more expensive sets for you. But they do sell pretty quick because we have a list of people that want them.
This works. Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely make sure, if you're watching this video, come on into Atlanta Brick Co., see what they have. If you're wanting a more expensive set, see what the high dollar items are as well. Where's the best place for people to check out stuff online as well if they want to
Probably
see
on our website, atlanta.brick.com,
Okay.
where they could just Google us and we should come up. And then you could also call the store and
Perfect.
talk to us. Not everybody likes to go online and shop. So.
There you go. Well, thank you, Chris and Mark, for taking us through these sets today. I appreciate it.